I gotta stop. I don't know what to do. I'm actually scared. I'm at a crossroad. I'm getting these gains at the gym, but at the same time, it's like I love the gym, but I'm not. Is she okay? Is she jealous at the gym? Brain blast. Hold on. Is Kari jealous at the gym now?
I don't know what that means.
Meaning, because I'm spending good time at the gym.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think she would want you to like flex your triceps and your biceps. But
is that also a thing as well? I mean, I know you brought up right now.
It's spending time.
Spending time
with somebody else, right? And so I think that if we circle back to like my ex-husband, I think that he was just jealous of the fact that, well, at the time where all the emotional cheating and that shit happened, it was a time of us grieving and losing our marriage, our friendship, our relationship. And so he chose to go the jealous route instead of going, which is the way that I wanted to go, which I told him, like, let's make this the best divorce possible. Like, let's freaking, even though we're not married together, let's still go do things together. Let's do this. Let's do that. Like, I wanted to be friends with him and do things. I just didn't want to be married to him anymore. Like, no, But I think that part of it where the feelings of grief and loss in our particular situation overtook him so much that he just went the jealous route instead of just fucking stop it and talk to me.
You know what I think it is? It's and I'm sorry to say this. I know I was told to stop cussing. I'm just going to say it. I think it's in our fucking minds.
Yeah.
Honestly, jealousy is in our fucking minds.
Well, yeah.
Where it just, we mind fuck ourselves. We play these games with our own head of like,
seriously,
what if she's doing this? What if he's doing this? What if this?
Yeah.
It's the whole question of what if.
Yep.
And I think that's complete BS of like, why do we do that to ourselves? Why do we, and I think a lot of it is we make ourselves jealous because we create the scenarios in our head.
You can do like an emotional movie.
Yeah, an emotional movie. Like, I mean, your karaoke guy, what if he was, like, I could tell you right now, oh yeah, what if he was making out with that chick at the bar and just got her a drink? Like, oh yeah.
I mean, I wasn't thinking that way at all, but
you know what I'm saying?
But
like,
I do understand.
But sometimes where there is a jealous person,
sure,
it's in the mind. I think where it's like, why are we insecure? Why are we creating these scenarios? Why? What? You know?
Well, because we're all insecure human beings. I mean, that's just what it comes down to.
But why are we seeing it as? And again, I think it's more of like you are your biggest competition, even in a relationship. Like, see yourself as you're dating yourself. Like, you know, if he's gonna go or she's gonna go and honestly like be stupid and go with somebody else, you just don't be with the guy. F it, screw it, move on. And I know it's easier said than done, you know, but think of it as forget jealousy because it's all in your mind. So I think we're just creating scenarios. I know I did.
Well, it may be in your mind, but there are people that have been cheated on and that have, you know, obviously that there's actual real like gut feelings that you know your spouse or friend or whatever is cheating on you. And then that just, when you've got a gut, and women are better than than men as far as my perspective is concerned.
My instincts are horrible. My gut's horrible. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, speaking from a man on this one, I think a lot. We have to train our instincts as men. Mm-hmm. We do.
Yeah.
Truly. Like my radar, my instinct radar, and like sometimes whether a girl's hitting on me or not, it's just totally shot. My gay radar is totally shot. I can't tell.
Are a lot of girls hitting on you?
No, I don't know. I don't know. See, that's the thing. It's not working. It's like my gaydar. Kari calls it my gaydar, where it's like, hey, are they? Yes, John, they're gay. Oh, I'm just asking. I'm just asking. I'm not trying to like. I'm just asking. I'm like you can't see it. I'm not. You know.
Aren't they wearing feather boas right now?
It's just.
Which
but I'm giving you examples of like our instincts, and I think you bring up a good point where women just have that innate quality of like, oh, I know. Oh, I feel that. Oh, I get it. Oh, I have this sense. Yeah. And for sometimes men, we just don't have that.
Yeah, women are much better at intuition than men are.
Yeah,
again, from my perspective, but you know, I just. Oh gosh, the jealousy is gonna hurt, and it's gonna hurt more than it's gonna do any good. You know.
So now the opposite side of the coin.
Okay.
Jealousy being a turn on.
Right.
Jealousy being a thing where it's like, oh, I like that feel. Oh, I like that.
I don't like that feel.
And there is things where I understand a little bit of like, oh, that's a thrill, you know? Like I would never obviously, you know, have someone else in a relationship with mine and Kari. It's just not my thing or not her thing. And for some couples that may be it, you know, I can't see myself ever doing that. I hope and pray that Kari, you don't ever feel that way either. But there's some couples who, like you just said, where it's like they want that jealousy. They drive off of it. They want to enjoy that feeling. What the hell? How do you enjoy that? How is that a turn on? How?
I can only understand it being a turn on in like a polyamorous relationship where they've decided together that there's an element of jealousy but more healthy. I mean, I don't know, because if you've agreed upon like an open relationship and you've agreed upon parameters and, you know, boundaries as to what that means, I guess I can see, because I've had a threesome before, right? And so there was an element of, I looked over and I was like, is that my boyfriend doing that to that girl right now? And then it kind of turned me on at the same time. But I was kind of on the fence. I felt a little jealous.
Interesting.
Yeah. I was jealous, but then I also was turned on at the same time.
Obviously, I'm putting my feelings aside, how I feel about all this. But, you know.
Yeah, because that's what you normally do.
Jeez, thanks for calling me out on it. No, but that's very interesting. So, obviously, threesome, guy totally... Your boyfriend was totally, you know...
going down on my girlfriend.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't know about this.
But that turned you on at the same time.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Well, you're kind of caught up in the whole thing, you know?
How? It's like...
You've got music and candles and who the fuck knows what. And, you know, it is what it is. But then there was an element of it where he actually kind of got weirded out on it, the guy that was in this with me. And so there was a part where he got uncomfortable, you know. Anyways, so... It can be super poisonous or it can be super enlightening, I think, in those situations. But it's an enlightening experience.
I will never see... I mean, I thought of it just as you were saying right now, not imagining, but like thinking like whatever. I mean, first of all, I would never put myself in the situation, but just hypothetically, if Kari and I were to do such a thing, I'd beat the shit out of the guy.
Well, there's that.
And I know she would beat the shit out of the girl. I'm just being honest.
Oh, for sure, Kari would kick somebody's ass.
Oh, it's over.
No, I'm totally scared of her. She totally could kick my ass.
And then she would castrate me while she's kicking the other,
or at least circumcise you.
Yeah. Wow. Way to just throw my my blanket out there.
My blanket? You did not just call it a blanket. Oh my god, my voice is going to be so
way
fast.
To just throw it out there.
Oh man.
No. My biggest point, just to close up on this, the whole jealousy thing, it's just, you know what? Quit making scenarios up in your head. Move on. It's just it's a psychological thing. Quit making up scenarios unless you have exact proof that the person is obviously, whether it's jealous of like cheating or jealous of like, he or she is looking at porn rather than looking at me, or, you know, all this other shit going on.
Right.
Just stop making up scenarios, face it, own it, and then confront the person. And if you're in a healthy relationship, you both would argue.
Communicate.
Yeah, you both would argue. You both would communicate in a good way, and you would get it solved. You know, that's speaking from experience. That's what I did. And Kari was like, what the hell? Like, I chose you. Why are you jealous of those guys?
I love that line, though. I chose you, so shut the fuck up.
Yeah, and then when it came down to family, it's like, well, and when I brought up the family situation, she said, well, it's your family too. And it's like, oh,
see, that's really sweet.
You know, but you know, and there's ways to comfort. See, I'm very blessed, very grateful that I have an amazing wife that does that. So it says that stuff because she affirms that. I get that you're feeling this way, but this is the truth. And with jealousy, a lot of the times it's not based on truth. It's based on a freaking stupid scenario that you just made up in your head, where it's not based on facts.
But we also don't want to. I definitely don't want to diminish the fact of jealousy, where you do have your gut, where people are legitimately getting cheated on, and they have every right in their fucking life to be jealous of that situation, because that's just, you know, it's not okay. And so, God, it's complicated. It's actually more complicated than I even thought about it as we're going through this whole thing. But
and separate the two. Again, envy, jealousy, separate them. That's my last point. Separate them. Envy is, you know. You want to be somebody else. You want to have those Chris Hemsworth abs.
Right, like grass isn't always greener on the other side.
Yeah, sorry.
Wow, how cliche of you, Lyndsay.
Rocking the beer gut since 1992. Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. What just happened?
Sorry.
I just blacked out.
I'm sorry. But, just envy of that, you know? Not jealous of a lot of shit in my life because I don't want to make up scenarios. I'm going on my soapbox. I'm going to step down. But
totally step down. So when it comes to, jealousy and shit, when it comes to, like I was mentioning the polyamorous part, that we have an interview actually next week. There's a gentleman that's going to be coming into our studio to talk. He's in a polyamorous relationship, and we are going to be interviewing him and have a good time with that and find out a little bit more. And we're going to talk to him a little bit about the jealousy side, because I'd really like to hear how they navigate that, and not just in a book that I read, because I read like crazy about this stuff. Yes, all I do is read about polyamorous relationships. I'm just really interested in it from all types of things, mostly because I'm super open to whatever the hell you want to do. Just be safe and be careful. But, we'll just see. We'll see how that all shakes out.
It should be good. I'm looking forward to it, too.
Me too.
I've never met a person who's in a polyamorous relationship, so it's going to be cool to grill him on these questions.
It's totally going to be cool.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Oh, my God, this is so cool.
In the meantime, we want to hear from you guys.
We sure do.
We want to hear from all your outrageous stories about sex. I mean, you can send us anything, as always. Just, again, no dick pics.
No.
Just no penis pics. Penile pics. All that.
Don't.
Please don't. Just don't do it.
I mean, if you're shaved and you look big.
Don't do it.
Oh, no?
If you're jealous, hit us up if you're jealous.
I definitely want to hear from you about jealousy.
Maybe we're taking the wrong take,
Yeah. I mean, again, we've said before, we are not scholars.
No.
We are not we are not lawyers. We are barely two human beings capable of doing a podcast.
And if you have any podcast problems or anything, questions at all, you can reach us at talktous@almostbearpodcast.com.
That is right. And please be sure to rate, review, and subscribe on whatever platform that you are consuming your content. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Insta, and YouTube. We're looking for more followers on Twitter specifically, because we have like none, because I hate Twitter. I don't even want to do it.
Twitter's
oh my God,
Twitter's where it's at, though, unfortunately.
No, not. It's political. Anyways, please enjoy the rest of your week and this episode of I am Lyndsay Soprano.
And I'm John Ramirez.
And this has been
You're Almost Bear
Podcast. Aye.
Yeah.